Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi şrah li sadri ve yessir li emri ve hlul ukdeten min lisani yefkahu kavli ve cealli veziran min ehli Harun ahi ushdud bihi ezri ve yeşriku fi emri key nusebbihake kesira ve nezkurake kesira inneke kunte bina basira. La havle ve la kuvvete illa billahil aliyyil azim ve sallallahu ala Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ve etbahi ve sellim. Rabbena gfir lena verhamna ve ente hayrul rahimin. Amin. Velhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Amin. Am I not sharing the screen? No. It's interesting. Okay. I think I'm sharing now. Yep. Now, we have been studying this question of the person who was observing and listening from side-wise, not inside, but on the next to us. And he asked some questions, and his second question was this. Now, the second truth that you make difficult is so profound and exalted that the mind can neither rise to it nor draw close to it. I'm trying to understand what does the second question. No. Where was the second question?
It's the second difficulty on page 6 of 5.
Yeah.
So if you,
The second truth that you make difficult is to profound and exalted that the mind can neither rise to it nor draw close to it. It may be seen only with the light of belief. However, the fact that this truth exists may be brought closer to the understanding by means of allegory and comparison, in which case we shall attempt to do that to some small degree. But it was important for me to remember what was the question. Okay. I'm trying to find out the question. I haven't prepared myself for it. Okay.
So the question was, what was the wisdom and purpose of the Ascension? And so the author has been walking us through like his understanding about how should we understand also the Ascension, and that's pretty much as far as I recall as well. But within understanding the purpose and wisdom, obviously we may arise with some, maybe, I don't want to say learning gap, but like the author is saying here, difficulty understanding what is this Ascension all about, and really the reason for it, right? So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, I think the question was why or how I should understand that the light of Muhammad was the beginning of the creation of the universe, and it will be the fruit of the universe. What does it mean? Of course, an ordinary person who would inevitably ask this question, what are they talking about? The beginning of the universe, God created, before creating the universe, God created the light of Muhammad, alayhi salatu wassalam. and also the fruit of the universe, the ultimate result of the universe, is represented by the Prophet Muhammad. What do you mean by this? Who is this person and which kind of mission he has? This kind of question, I think the second question was about this, because when I look at the answer, I remember that we talked about this last week, that the author said, Nursi said, look at the example that that was the very important principle of understanding for me. When we look at the way a tree is created from a seed, and the result of the tree is fruit. Now, it means the purpose of the existence of the tree is symbolized by its fruit. So he said, very interesting, wisdom requires that, here we are, I'm going to highlight it. Wisdom requires that the tree of creation also be formed from a seed, and such a seed that contains the essentials and principles of other worlds besides the corporeal world. So this was very important principle. We should, I don't know whether we questioned it last week or not, I don't remember, but we should question why the principle, or yeah, we can say principle, which is applied or practiced in the creation of a tree, should be a general principle and should be applied to the entire universe. Does anybody have this any answer to this question? Excuse me. Just a minute. I'll be back.
Can someone repeat the question?
Sorry for my interruption. So why there should this principle, for example, the way an atom is created or coming into existence, the principle in the way that the atom comes into existence must be applied or applicable to the creation of the, or coming into existence of the whole universe. Can anybody share his idea why the author is saying this? Is it really correct? Did I present my question clearly?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. When this highlighted sentence says, if we see the principle of existence, creation, coming into existence, I'm trying to use not pre-established or accepted terminology, coming into existence. So the way the tree comes into existence, we see that there is a principle in it is coming into existence, which is practically called the order of coming into existence of a tree. The author says this principle must be valid and applicable to the existence of the whole universe. Is it justifiable? Is it acceptable?
So pretty much you're saying that the principle that we observe in creation in terms of how what we observe from a seed, we observe a tree that's coming into existence. However, everything is at every moment brought into existence. Is this principle valid for what? All of creation?
Yes, explaining whole creation, including the whole cosmos.
Sure, I would say.
Why?
Because it's if we focus in on existence, how there's continuous movement, continuous change, things are brought into existence, then for one atom to come into existence, the whole universe is coming into existence. And we can just take it right now, like right now we're sitting, the earth is revolving, our cells are in motion, everything around us is subject to decaying. So I think just focus, like really drawing our attention to what is bringing this moment or anything into existence.
So,
Then we can expand it to
yeah.
other things.
So I think we have to we need to understand this by referring the existence of anything, asking the question, in order for a cell, for example, or an atom come into existence, what is needed? As you said, Feria, the atom is existing within the context of the order of the whole universe. So the one who creates, gives existence, however it came into existence, whatever the cause of its existence is, must be able to comprehend the whole universe so that he will give an existence to one particular atom in its particular position within the universe, and so that every atoms must be working all together without causing any confusion or corruption within the whole universe. They must work all together harmoniously. It means an absolute power is needed, absolute knowledge is needed, and absolute wisdom, planning, purpose, qualities, all sorts of qualities we see in the existence of any being, beauty, form, measurement, you name it. Continue. So the qualities of the cause of existence of anything must be absolute. If it is absolute, then the existence of anything must be the result of manifestations of the absolute qualities. That is what the materialist understanding are or is trying to escape, and not seeing that absolute qualities are needed in order to explain the existence of any part of this universe, because it exists within the context of the whole universe. What do they say? Go around it and say, because the order is like this, the matter arranged itself within the order like this, that is why everything is orderly coming into existence, rather than the cause should know the should have the power, should have the quality. So matter itself is arranging its positioning in the best way within the whole context of the universe. Just a minute. Are you looking? Did you find the text? You are not there. Okay, you are busy with something else. All right. Okay. So if we see the principle in the existence of the tree, the same principle must be applicable in the existence of everything. Yeah, everything. So what I understand from here, he is going to use the tree example in order to explain the existence of the universe. And we are going to read this example, inshallah. Now, shall I continue, or would you like to say or share your ideas if anything concerns you? Okay, I will continue since there is no voice. Since before the tree of the universe was no tree of the same kind, it is also a requirement of the name of all-wise that meaning and light, which are like a source and seed to it, should be clothed with the garment of a fruit on the tree of the universe. For a seed cannot remain permanently unclothed, and since at the beginning of creation it was not clothed in the garment of a fruit, it would surely be clothed in it at the end if it wasn't. Okay, no explanation. I will read the text and then we will go over it. And since that fruit is mankind, and since, as was proved above, the most famous fruit and sublime result from among mankind, who attracted the attention of all and confined to himself the gaze of a fifth of mankind, and with his moral and spiritual qualities caused the world to consider him with either feelings of love or of wonder. This person is the person of Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, most certainly light, which was the seed from which the universe was formed. Question was this: what do you mean by it? Which was the light, which was the seed from which the universe was formed, would become clothed in corporeality in his person, and would appear in the form of an ultimate fruit. Oh, it is a heavy paragraph. Would you like to say something, or shall we go sentence by sentence from the beginning?
I think we should go sentence by sentence.
Okay. Thank you. Since before the tree of the universe, there was no tree of the same kind. We can talk about it. Although people are now coming up with theories that infinite multiverse theories, but there is no evidence for it. They are just saying there's equations require it. That's it. But any evidence, there was no evidence, and we cannot go out of this universe so that we will see another universe in space and in times. Obviously, it is not impossible going before the universe. So it is a speculation. We ignore it. It is also a requirement. It is also a requirement of the name of all wise that that meaning and light, that's important. Meaning and light, which are like a source and seed to it. Now, I would like to ask this question and share with you. Meaning and light, which are the source and seed to it, to the seed. What does it mean? Source and seed to it, meaning and light. Can we use an analogy of, for example, a plan of a building, for example? The building is built according to the plan. So what the plan is stating or demonstrating, this is the seed of the building. Does it make this analogy? Just wanted to share with you. The plan, all the information written in the plan, how the building should be, must be the spirit and meaning or light of the building. It means the building came into existence as a result of what the plan included in it. What do you think?
Yeah, it makes sense because the plan is the most important thing, like a first step to construct the building. So similarly with the analogy here, the seed is a must for the tree to grow.
Yeah, correct. I agree. So if there is a plan, don't you think that this plan is going to be applied, practiced? I mean, what is the purpose to have this plan in mind, in the form of knowledge, in the form of meaning? And light means, according to this plan, the building is going to be made. So this is like a seed, because in the seed, what is written there? The plan of the tree or a plant or an animal. In the seed, the plan is there. So if the plan is there, what does it mean? It should be given a garment, giving a physical existence to this plan. It means the plan of a building is going to be made according to this plan, and the building will have a physical existence, not only meaning. So in order to turn this plan, this knowledge, this information into a physical being, what is needed? I'm expecting an answer from all of you. Yeah, there is a plan here. For example, plan of a building. So in order to make it into a physical form, realize it, make it existent, whatever is written there, what is needed?
Power.
Fariha said, knowledge. Yeah. Who said power? Well, whoever said, Farah said, it needs power. It needs will to make it. So it needs a wise action so that it will apply what is written in the seed, in the plan. So we see that people who are building go and always refer to the plan and accordingly give a physical, make the building in a physical form. So which one should exist before the other one? Definitely, it is obvious, even I'm ashamed of asking this question. Let me see. A comprehensive understanding of the entire plan. Yeah, thank you. So, and this knowledge, this understanding is needed so that they are going to implement the plan into a physical form, make the building. So, plan comes first and building follows it. If there is a plan, the wisdom necessitates that definitely this plan must turn into a physical form. That is why plan is made. So before, in this example, of course, what we are talking about, a tree example. So the author is going, it is obvious that author is going to use this tree example and apply it to the tree of the whole universe, how it goes and grows gradually. That is how it is given existence. So building comes into existence or is made gradually. Universe is also made gradually, but the difference is when human beings make the building, at every level of its existence, only partial part of the building comes into existence. Whereas in the reality of the creation of this universe, not a partial part of the universe is created. I think it is the best. It is the best way of understanding when we look at the example of the fetus, how the fetus grow. Fetus is not made like the human beings make a building. First floor, second floor, first the foundation, and then the basement, and then the first floor, second floor continues. But when the foundation is there, basement and the other first floor, second floor, whatever, don't exist. Whereas in the existence of a tree or an animal, we see that at every level, a miniature but whole body of the being exists. But in the miniature form, the fetus at every stage of its existence, it is always full. So what we understand from it, the universe's existence, to explain to and understand the existence of the universe, we use the human action, but in essence, nature-wise, this analogy doesn't fit. But in order to describe how we should understand that the knowledge, the meaning and light information turns into a physical creation. Analogies must be understood only from one aspect, no more. So that is, we have to bear in mind always. So I will continue reading.
So Brother Ali, perhaps we can say that all of creation is brought into existence at once, but I observe it with stages and series. And when you give the example of the fetus going through different stages, that's what I observe. But in reality, whatever's bringing this observation for me to observe into existence, it's all at once. Creation is taking place all at once.
But stage by stage, but whole is created at once, but in a small scale. That is
Yes.
interesting to understand absoluteness of the Creator. So this meaning and light should be clothed with the garment of a fruit on the tree of the universe. It means it should come into existence into physical form, and then this physical form must produce a fruit, a garment of a fruit, so that the seed will be again created, but this time, protected with protected or not, it's not the right word, within the cloth of a fruit, flesh of the fruit, for example. We are trying to understand why before the existence of the universe, why the light of the Prophet ﷺ, which is his message, his revelation he received, the information about the reality of the universe. Now, his message encompasses all the reality of the existence, or a reality of the qualities of the Creator included in it, in this message. So this message was created before the universe was given existence. What does it mean? The Creator must know beforehand, according to us beforehand, what he is going to create. And accordingly, he must prefer to will its existence and then give existence to it. According to us, gradual existence, but when we look at it, every stage of the creation, we see that all the qualities of the Creator are manifesting at the same time at each stage of its existence. But quantity-wise, smaller scale. That's it. Smaller scale. But includes everything. All the realities, all the qualities of the Creator manifesting themselves in each being at the same time. That is how we see the universe, the reality of the universe is. Now, I'm continuing if you don't have anything to say. So, for a seed cannot remain permanently unclosed, because, I would read it in this way, because a seed cannot remain permanently unclosed. In fact, this, which is called the life-bearing cell in the seed, is always protected by the cloth, as the author says, cloth of the flesh, or in the seed, that is called, how do you say, the protein containing Now, there is only one seed in it, and the other the stuff created around it are used while the seed is as a source of energy, while the seed is growing. I don't know technically how to describe it. If anybody can do that, I will be happy to hear. Not every cells in the seed is alive. One seed is alive there. One cell is alive, and the others are it's closed. It is dressing, if you like.
Perhaps like the shell or the outer layer. Is that what you're referring to?
Can you please repeat what you said?
So you're saying that one cell is alive at one moment. Are you talking like if I look at a seed, it has an outer layer and
Outer
like a
layer, yeah.
shell, like a shell. I mean, I don't know the technicalities, but a shell and outer layer, like protecting it. I don't know.
No, I think they're protecting, but at the same time, they are something like butter, or grease, or I don't know, a kind of solid oil. It's so that they say, excuse me, they say, as the seed, the life-bearing cell is growing, it uses those oily surroundings around it, and that is why it is protected in them. They say, I don't know how to describe it technically. Okay, since at the beginning of creation, it was not clothed in the garment of a fruit. It means it was only an idea, a plan, for example, written on a paper or drawn on a paper, demonstrating that the one who's going to make the building knows what he's going to do, demonstrating it. And the reality, the meaning, I think we shouldn't forget this word, meaning and light. That was the prophet's light, Nuru Muhammadi, it is called. Nuru Muhammadi. Meaning and light is his message. His message includes in it the message of the universe, exactly the same. The message of the message of the revelation, Nuru Muhammadi, what makes him a prophet, the message of the prophet includes in it the meaning of the universe. Or message of the prophet is the light of the universe. It means demonstrating its reality. What the universe represents, points to. So I will continue. If you have any comment, you can just interrupt me. And since at the beginning of creation, it was not clothed in the garment of a fruit. Now, because the meaning must have the garment of a fruit. You understand that the message that the revelation Prophet Muhammad received must demonstrate itself in the form of a fruit. It means practical appearance of it in his practical life. I think he is already giving the answer to the question. It would surely be closed in it at the end. So at the end, this idea, this knowledge must be practiced in the form of a fruit now, not only seed. The difference between seed and fruit. The seed is revelation, fruit is the life of the Prophet Muhammad. It means the Prophet Muhammad is the person who represents, as it is narrated, as a living, walking revelation. Now, he will become a physical appearance in his life. That is why the prophets represents what the message they received from the Creator. That is what the prophets represent. The prophets are not expected to do anything according to their will, according to their knowledge, their choice. Prophets are expected to turn this knowledge, information, revelation into physical form. But this revelation is the plan of the universe. This plan includes what? Meaning and light. And what does this plan represent? The plan represents the knowledge, the power, the wisdom, etc. of the Creator, source of existence of the universe. That's what I understood from now. Shall I continue? And since that fruit is mankind, the fruit of the universe is mankind, the most comprehensive masterpiece of the universe is mankind. And since, as was proved above, before he mentioned, the most famous fruit and sublime result from among mankind, who attracted the attention of all people, generally speaking, and confined to himself the gaze of a fifth of mankind. A lot of people, fifth of mankind. So made and realized a change in the life of a fifth of the mankind. It is very important because the influence, the teaching of the prophet changed the people's life from A to Z. Everything they changed. As if he really made a revolution in their life from the smallest matter. So, I mean, just when I look at somebody, I smile at it. Why? Because the prophet example taught me that I have to have a friendly, loving relationship with the people. This is what my Creator expects me to do. So this is a radical change. The influence of other people, for example, followers of certain philosophy, ideology. What do? They defend the ideology, but in their life, they live according to the tradition of their, or whatever the tradition, whatever the customary life of their society is, they follow it. That's it. But radical change, fundamental change is realized in the fifth of the population of the world, mankind. So that is why he is the most famous fruit because of his life, because of his message. And with these moral and spiritual qualities caused the world to consider him with either feelings of love or of wonder. I mean, either they accepted it or they wonder what this man is saying, how this he realized this change in the life of many people. And this person is the person of Muhammad, peace be upon him, most certainly light, which was the seed from which the universe was formed. This definition of light is very important here as I read it now. Light, which was the seed from which the universe was formed. The light and the meaning existed before the universe existed. So this light is the seed from which the universe was formed. According to this plan, the universe is created, formed. Now, this person would become, sorry, not this person, this light, it was a misreading. This light would become clothed in corporeality in his person and would appear in the form of an ultimate fruit of the tree of the universe, would become clothed in the corporeality in his person and would appear in the form of an ultimate fruit. That is the way the author is presenting to us. At the beginning, God wanted to demonstrate his qualities in a certain way. I'm speaking from human perspective. As I understand, when I look at the universe in time dimension, I reason and say that God must know before creating the universe. God must know, the creator must know what he is going to do and what the purpose of creating this universe, to demonstrate his qualities to conscious beings. So he must know that there must be some conscious beings created in the universe. Accordingly, according to this plan, universe will come into existence. The purpose of creating this plan must be fulfilled. How? Creating conscious human beings, and among these conscious human beings, one of them, at least one of them, must be the perfect example who represented the purpose of the creation in his physical life. So this is the seed, fruit produced from the universe, out of the universe, and in it, again, in the life of the Prophet Muhammad, we find the seed again. What is this seed? The Quran, there is a ayah, verse in the Quran says, Siraja Munira. Does anybody remember this? How can I find it? Quickly, I will check. Siraja Munira, inshallah.
Illuminating lamp. I
Yes.
mean, Nursi mentioned it somewhere. Yeah.
Sorry?
Nursi mentioned it somewhere else. Illuminating lamp, I think.
Sorry, this one. Yeah. It is very interesting, this verse. وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ وَسِرَاجًا مُنِيرًا. What does it mean? دَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ بِإِذْنِهِ, with the permission of God. He is advising, he is calling people to the Creator Allah. Where? How does he do it? وَسِرَاجًا مُنِيرًا, and light giving, they say beacon, they say, but this last translation is simple. Light giving lamp. Life giving lamp. So it means he, in the form of a human being, as a summary, as a representation of the essence of the universe, summary of the universe, summary of the message of the universe in it, but he must be a lamp. What does it mean? He must illuminate it. It means show what it has in it. It means he is the message bearer. So message is in the form of knowledge. We don't know the knowledge. We cannot know the knowledge unless it is physically demonstrated. So the prophet is demonstrating the message of the revelation he received in his physical form. I think this difficult subject, as much as we could understand this much. Would you like to share anything? So if not, I will continue, inshallah. We have a few minutes more. No. Okay.
Brother Ali, wait, I was wondering about something. You know, I think in the middle of the paragraph that was read, the piece that talks about how this Mohammedan light sort of transformed people's moral and spiritual life as well. Like it says, with his moral and spiritual qualities, caused the world to consider him with either feelings of love or of wonder. I understand the feeling of love because you appreciate someone who helps you direct your vision of how you view the world and hence live your life accordingly. But what is this wonder part about? I was wondering, like, what would make someone wonder about what? Or maybe wondering about just creation? I'm not sure.
No. I don't think with the creation, it goes to creation, but it's a good question. I don't know what our friends are thinking of it now, but I will share while they raise their voice. Feeling of love or of wonder. Wonder means the people find it interesting, wondering what this person, how this person, one person, influenced thousands of people, even not thousands, even a few people, but reality is thousands of people, influenced thousands of people in a short time, such a short time, impossible. For example, really almost eradicated slavery, abolished it. Theoretically, it abolished it, finished. But practically also changed the status of human beings and established the justice and influenced the life of people, changing from a pagan life into become a leader of civilizations of of that time in a very short time. How could you do it? He must be, for those people who didn't love him as a prophet, he must be genius, they said. He must be exceptional. He must have an exceptional uh, ability, talent, they said. They say, those people who know, of course, or those people who don't know, they don't know. So they wonder how he could do it, because they cannot change the life of even one person. One person easily in order to educate a person in one profession only, they are really expected to be subject to or take 20 some plus years of education. That one person teaching one profession. How about changing his entire life, the way he lives? Definitely, it is something of wonder. And the people either believe that this is employed by God and this is what he succeeded with the guidance of God. Those people who don't love, appreciate him, they wonder, and I mean, they say it is so extraordinary talent. They say. That's what I understood from wonder.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, inshallah we will stop here. Inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhaneke la ilme lena illa ma allamtana inneke entel alimul hakim ve ahiru da'vahum elhamdülillahi rabbil alemin bi hurmeti sirri suretil Fatiha.